And we have with us international journalist and former Super Eagles media person, TOYIN IBITOYE, joining us here in Lagos. Thank you, TOYIN, for joining us. And of course, this is an exciting update from the NFF concerning the appointed new Super Eagles coach. But first, I will ask you, is this announcement by the NFF a little late or perfect for the Super Eagles with just, days of the 2025 AFCON group qualifiers against Benin Republic on September 7th and 10th around the corner?
Thank you, Feinitolu. Well, I wish we had made this announcement a lot earlier. We are just a few days away from camp opening and two crucial games. And I don't know if this new manager has an understanding of the players he's working with, whether I have even met them or not. So this appointment, well, is a relief that at last we have somebody we can identify as the coach of the Super Eagles, but I wish it was done a lot earlier so that the man would have started to talk to the players, started to put his plans together, started to scout the opposition. That's Benin Republic that will be playing on the 7th and Rwanda that will be playing on the 10th. But at least there's a bit of relief that somebody is in charge and we can now begin to look forward to those games. But I wish it was done earlier.
Now, I am quite interested to know what is the attraction for, with the Super Eagles and German coaches. We have, as I said earlier, we have Genetro and some good coaches from Germany. But what is the attraction to German coaches, though?
Well, this one is not so much about the attraction. This one is a lot more about availability. We've had a good time with Dutch coaches as well. We've also had the last coach was Portuguese, so it's not so much about a particular place. It's about the availability. Who is available? Who can we afford to get the job done for us? But yes, we had success under the last German coach that we had, Genotro, qualified us for the World Cup, qualified us for the Nations Cup. So we hope we can have the same level of luck, the same level of success, or even more under this man. But don't forget that the last coach we had was Portuguese, qualified us he got us to the final of the Nations Cup. Don't also forget that we had a Dutch coach who qualified us for the first time for the World Cup in 1994 and also won the Nations Cup in 1994. A Dutch coach won us the Atlanta Olympics gold medal with the Olympic team. So it's not so much about where the coach is from. It's about what is available, what is the pedigree, what is the competence of the coach. So my hope and our prayer is that this man who is here now will achieve success, will be competent enough, not minding his record and the statistics of how many games he has won, how many games he has lost, and the fact that he has not coached outside of Germany before. We are just going to be hoping that he has success and is able to achieve and lift the Super Eagles to unprecedented heights and unprecedented success.
Now, the NFF is silent on the duration of the contract, and I'm a bit worried that that's the case. I know it's the usual thing for the NFF to do that, but why do we still have that happening? Why is the NFF still silent on the duration of the contract with the new head coach?
Well, maybe a few things still need to be sorted out. But before an announcement is made, at least there will be a level of agreement to conditions and a level of agreement on a few issues. So I'm sure there have been some agreements on some issues around the job, but maybe there are some other things that need to be tidied up. That's why details have not been unveiled. I now expect that the Nigeria Football Federation will come out with an official position on the situation of the coach, the duration of his contract, and the coaches who will work with him, both from Nigeria and the coaches that is going to come with him from Germany. I expect that will now be made because we really do not have any time. This weekend, the camp will be opening. We should be announcing the list of players for the Nations Cup qualifiers against Benin Republic and Rwanda. So I'm sure that maybe before the end of today or in the next couple of days, details of all of these issues will be announced, and they will be able to know what the coach is expected to do and what the responsibility is from the Nigerian Football Federation to the coach.
Okay, so before I let you go, with little or no time for the coach to know the players, and having that you're going to be facing Benin Republic in Uyo, what do you think the fans should expect from that game? Because it doesn't have much time to, as you said, the camp is opening next week or this weekend, but what should the fans expect from that game happening in Uyo on September 7th?
The average Nigerian fan doesn't look at circumstances or whether you have enough time to train or not. The average Nigerian fan wants you to go out onto the pitch and win. Not just win, play well and win. That expectation is not going to be different from the new man. Nigerian fans will still expect him, even if he comes in the day to the game, they will still expect him to still lead the Eagles to victory. But given the fact that we do not have time, I expect this man to come to Nigeria immediately. Today is Tuesday. I think he needs to come as quickly as possible before the end of the week, come and settle down in Uyo and begin to understand the magnitude of the work ahead of him. And I also expect that the Nigerian Football Federation will have a support structure around him, from the technical director, those who are already familiar with the team. They will help him to settle in. That's what I expect that they will do. Expect him to, because they were the ones that have drawn up the list of players for this game. This man does not know anyone to draw up a list. So I expect that they will help him to settle in, give him a lot of support, put a structure around him, and help him to get by with these two games as he eventually eases into the job and begins to understand what he needs to do. It's not going to be easy. It's not an ideal situation, but that is what we have. That's why we have found ourselves. And I just hope that the Nigerian Football Federation and everybody will do whatever they can and ensure that this man gets off the ground on a solid footing, and that we begin our campaign for the 2025 AFCON also on a solid footing, unlike what we've been doing in the World Cup qualifiers.
Well, thank you, TOYIN, IBITOYE, for joining us again. We really appreciate your time.